Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Wow. Wow. We have taken our next step to a strike, to a lockout, to, well, I guess in this case, a strike to no 2026 happening with the WNBA. This is a very, very dangerous game these players are playing. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. So let's dig into this a little bit. We've talked many times where I've said it just feels like the 2026 season may not happen. And now the players, the rank and file, have voted to support a strike, have voted to support the players representing them who have all have conflicts of interest. And as you can see, 98% of the players voted yes, 93% of the players participated in the vote. Let's take a look at some of what this says. They've been authorized to call a strike when necessary. Statement from the WNBPA. The players have spoken. Through a decisive vote with historic participation, our membership has authorized the WNBPA's executive committee to call a strike when necessary. The players' decision is an unavoidable response to the state of negotiations with the WNBA and its teams. Time and again, the players' thoughtful and reasonable approach has been met by the WNBA and its teams with a resistance to change and a recommitment to the draconian provisions. Obviously, the players didn't write this because they don't have this kind of vocabulary. Uh, that have unfairly restricted players for nearly 3 decades, 3 decades of losing millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. If you were a real business, you would have been gone back in the 90s. That is the insane amount of a level of entitlement these players have. Completely delusional. Anyway, the players' vote is neither a call for an immediate strike nor an intention to pursue one. Rather, it is an emphatic affirmation of the players' confidence in their leadership. Players be dumb and their unwavering solidarity against ongoing efforts to divide, conquer, and undervalue them. Let it be known the players remain united, resolute, and prepared to fight for their value and their future. Now, look, I understand that this is PR speak, right? This is PR speak, so of course they are going to say things like where was it that really had me? I had to take a deep breath to not laugh. We got to back up. Okay, where did I see it? Oh yes. Time and again, the player's thoughtful and reasonable approach has been met by the WNBA and its teams with a resistance to change. Okay, so that thoughtful and reasonable approach we have known from, we can go back to the All-Star game, right? With that ridiculously immature, childish, entitled nonsense with the shirts that they wore pay us what you owe us, which means of course the players should be paying the league. But we've seen it with the way they've handled everything with the negotiations. Nafisa Collier and the way she talked after she got hurt, and just the players, all of them except Caitlin Clark. All of them have been spewing nonsense that just does not have them in the same universe as the league. We saw the league bump up, and I'm not saying should have been the ultimate number, okay? But they made an offer that was more than previous. They did a look. I don't think any of us can argue with the salaries, the reality of what they offered for a salary increase, and the revenue share I think went from 9% to 15%. The salary cap, sorry, what was connected to revenue share and increasing, not just the 3% per year. So that's something the players also should have been happy with. Then the players come back with a completely insane, completely unreasonable. We want 30% of revenue. So they wanted to go from 9% after 30 years of losing money to 30% and go up each year of the CBA. So that by the end of the CBA, it's 34% revenue share. And then they're going to say the league is the one that's the problem. The players have been thoughtful and reasonable. I've yet to see a player, again, other than Caitlin Clark, actually have a thought. Certainly not a reasonable one. I'm just saying, but this is just another step towards. And look, I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm just looking at the vibe going on right now, the environment surrounding the WNBA and its players now, that it looks like, based on pass with other leagues and how things were going, that there will be a strike. Will it be a full 2026 season is gone? I don't know. But this is just another step towards, yeah, if and maybe they do. I didn't check. Let me know in the comments. Are any of the places like FanDuel and DraftKings putting odds on a WNBA strike for 2026? Let me know in the comments below because this is something that I think would change that because the money coming in would come in more toward there's going to be a strike. So I think that would alter the odds going forward. But let me see if I have the right one. Yeah. I'm team owners at this point. Yeah, and I'm no fan of ownership just because they're owners. They all know some of these owners. You know what I'm saying? Like the Washington Mystics, the Atlanta Dream. Y'all ain't like us. A Talk about an ist of an owner. Washington Mystics owner with they all have to be on the time cover. Now I'm wondering that they all have to be on the time cover for Asia Wilson? Did anyone talk to the Mystics owner as to whether she felt that all of the players should be on the cover of Time when Asia Wilson won the award, or is that's just a Caitlin Clark thing? Is that what we're saying? We will see Sophie Cunningham in Project B in November 2026 and Caitlin Clark in the WNBA in 2027 because the 2026 season isn't happening. Big mistake. Guys, please don't do this. There has to be another way. Rev split or bust will destroy the momentum. They got a huge increase in revenue. In fact, I could see the league, that was their first offer. I could see them bumping that up to like 18, 19, 20%. If it goes to 18, that would be double what it had been previously. How do you not 4x the salaries, 2x the revenue share, and you're like, no, 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 we're the reasonable ones. What's the phrase? Bitch, please. Come on now. Come on now. Let's stop the nonsense. Should not come as a surprise at this stage, and them giving this statement is not the same as there not being a 2026 season. No, it is not, but it is 100%. Like I said, it leans in that direction. I don't know if this was the way we do our elections, or if this is an open vote and players know, because I'm guessing if everyone else knows how you voted, that puts a lot of pressure on these players. Because if it is a secret ballot, I'm actually surprised at the no, well, I shouldn't be because when I listen to a lot of these players talk, they absolutely don't understand. I was going to say I'm surprised because to me, they're voting against their interests. I also don't think that this is something that needs to go public. I get that they're probably using it as a negotiating tactic, but I don't think they have any of the leverage here, right? Like when you look at the NBA, how popular it is, or used to be. The NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, and all of them were damaged for a while by strikes that they had, but still the players in those leagues, because of how huge and popular they were, had more leverage. These WNBA players, folks, they don't have leverage. I know it seems like they do, and I know they've got the media on their side, but they don't have this leverage because 90% of what has happened in the last couple years is all Caitlin Clark. Let me ask you something. Let me know in the comments below. If Caitlin Clark said, "Hey, I'm done. I'm out. I am not a WNBA player going forward," what do you think happens to the CBA? What do you think happens to the media rights deal? I know there are trapdoors and outs in that CBA deal at least in the first couple of years. What do you think happens? Which again should tell you what's going on. I'll wrap it up with this because I got stuff to do anyway. I wanted to do this video real quick because I got to get out and about and we've got a week, folks. I'm just saying. And now I completely lost my train of thought. See what you did to me when you get me onto other topics? Just take a breath and I will get there. But this is yeah, I completely lost it. But seriously, I'll wrap it up with this. There's got to be somebody who has the ear of players in the WNBA who can make a difference among their peers and say, "Hey, you are living in a bubble. This is not the reality of what is going on right now. You are way in over your head with this entitlement. You are not connected to reality. You are not going to get what you think you deserve because you don't deserve it. You need to take a step back, maybe get someone else to do the negotiating, and find a way to make a deal so you don't lose the 2026 season. Because I promise if you do, you may lose this league, period, going forward. And that may be exactly what some of these people like NECA and Brianna and Nafisa actually want. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video. As always, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve.